Hey, what's up, Zach here, and these are my top 5 favorite budget basketball shoes for this year. And for this year, unfortunately, I am gonna take the price up from under $100 to $110, just because everything is so expensive. Unfortunately, it's nuts. I also do have a few shoes that are currently under that threshold, but that retail for higher. So I'm gonna start with the ones that actually just retail, they start at that under $110 price point, and then we'll go to the ones that maybe are above it, but have come down in price since. Let's get into it. Okay, starting off at number 5, that would be the Adidas Dame 10. Now, what I like of the Dame 10 is that you're getting a lot of the good containment, and honestly, it's the uppers. I should say that, just it's the uppers of these shoes I like so much, as well as the grip and tread on them that I like. They're great for ankle sprainers. They fit orthotics really well. I don't love a lot of, I've said this a million times, if you watch this channel you probably know, Light Strike is not my favorite thing on planet Earth, but the shank setup in these is good enough to where I think you'll get a lot more durability out of the Light Strike. You can put an orthotic and they are just fine. So, and I do like the fact that the Dame is trying to make his flagship shoe an actual budget shoe. I know some people's signature shoes are basically just budget shoes with fancy cosmetics on them. So it is nice that he's actually trying to get a budget shoe in there. So I do think that's really cool. And like I said, for the under $110 price point, I do think they're worth the money at that point, especially if you put an orthotic in them. Yeah, I'd love to see even just, maybe not even Bounce Pro, just Bounce put in the next version of them. But as they are, yeah, for their price point, they're good. All right, but coming in at number 4 is a line of shoes that I've liked better than its signature counterpart up until this year, and that is the Giannis Immortality 4. I don't see much wrong with these shoes. Got a really nice lateral flange on them. They grip well enough, they're comfortable, break in really well. The heel slippage isn't terrible. You can fit orthotics in them. The foam isn't gonna last forever, but it's pretty responsive when it's new. They're cool looking. I mean, there's, you can find them like any retailer, right? You can find these at Kohl's, right? So I actually think that's maybe where I got this one, potentially. So like I said, for their price, I think these start off like $85 US, like that's their starting price point. To me, for, like I said, once again, kind of like the Dames, no, it's not my favorite midsole setup on planet Earth, but for the price and what they feel like when they're new, and if you can get an orthotic in them, and especially with the lateral flange on these things and the uppers, yeah, I mean, you really can't go wrong. And remember, with a lot of budget shoes, not every budget shoe, but a lot of them, you do end up having to sacrifice something here or there to get it to the lower price point. But if you want to be able to customize your budget shoe to make it at the level of any flagship, I do have an ebook that can show you how to maximize the potential of any shoe you put on foot and get an $85, $45, $65 budget shoe to feel like a $200 one. So if you want to check that out for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description below. All right, that being said, let's get to the number 3 shoe, and that is the Nike GT Cut Academy. Now, the GT Cut 3 and all of its subsidiaries, the GT Cut 3, the GT Cut 3 Turbo, the Academy, and the GT Cut Cross, none of them are my personal favorite shoes. None of them are like my cup of tea, but I understand why people would want them. And I understand that the Academy does a lot of the same things as the GT Cut, maybe some things a little bit better in terms of some stability. Now, the GT Cut 3 Turbo to me is the best of the bunch, right? If you're going for one shoe in that family, to me it's the GT Cut 3 Turbo. But from the GT Cut 3 Turbo, I think the Academy is a better shoe than the GT Cut 3, just in terms of stability, comfort under, just really everything. So if you're looking for that profile of a shoe, kind of like a Kobe Descendant super speed focused shoe, yeah, I mean, to me, the Academy, there's a reason why you see more NBA players in the Academy than a lot of other budget shoes. It's because it does a lot of the things that a pro player is gonna want in a budget package. All right, and coming in at number 2, this one is clearly contradicting myself from the number 5, and that is the Adidas Adizero Select 3.0. And yes, this one is another bed of Light Strike. For some reason, the Light Strike in this one felt fantastic. I mean, that's because it's a little bit of a wider shoe. The shank setup is molded, so your foot is kind of propped up off the ground, so you're not pummeling through it. The uppers are super breathable. It's got a super nice wide lateral flange. It just, like I said, Light Strike, I tell you, if I drop that album, the song about Light Strike is gonna be Inconsistency, because you wouldn't think you're in Light Strike in this shoe. So same with like the Adidas, right? And the Ubersonic versus the Cybersonic. why does one feel so much better than the other? I mean, I know the stack heights and everything, but it just goes to show you, you can fit orthotics in this, braces just fine. And you saw, if you saw my NBA, like most popular shoes in the NBA right now, there's a reason why a lot of people are in the Adazero Selects, because they do just tick so many boxes. So if you just want an overall, just like easy to recommend to so many people, I think I said that in my original review, they're so easy to recommend. The Adazero Select 3.0, yeah, if this had a pro player's name attached to it, I'm sure they could, you could get people to buy these for a lot, more expensive. So, for a lot more money. So yeah, to me, this definitely could have been a #1 shoe. The only reason the other one got #1, you'll see in a minute, or a second, but yeah, 100%, this is easily could be the #1 shoe and one of the better shoes just on the market in general. All right, but before I get to the #1 shoe, I do want to make mention of a few shoes that start over $110, but routinely go under or are currently under $110. Now, #1 is the A1. Now, this one is $115, right? I think this is one of the better shoes, like I said, in general on the market right now. If you want something flexible, low to the ground, lightweight, soft and cushioned underfoot, but still has the shank, still has, full length tread pattern. To me, this reminds me of a lot of Nike, like the better Nike budget shoes. Like this reminds me of the Immortality, just a little bit nicer in a bunch of different ways, just in terms of creature comfort. So I'm sure, at some point, different colorways of the A1 will go well under $110, and right now it's $115. So it's not that much more. So if you want to check this one out, this will be, like I said, probably in that price range. The next one is crazy that it starts out over 110, and that is the New Balance two-way V5, because those I've seen, like I said, I've seen the V4s and the V5s at some point go to $49. And so no, they don't start at 115 bucks, but or $110. I'm thinking of the A1. But if they did, that would be the #1 perennially on this list. But like I said, as of right now, I just saw a couple patients of mine went and got a few pair. I think they were like in the 60s, right, at a local store. Just certain colorways, certain team colorways of the two-way V5. So if you can get those for under 110, of course, that's going to be for sure a #1 shoe. But sticking with the parameters, it's got to start at under $110. Now, the third shoe starts at $120, but all the colorways now are at $98, and that is the Way of Wade Shadow 6 and Shadow 6, especially Shadow 6 V2. That shoe is unreal for both indoor and outdoor basketball, both indoor and outdoor pickleball too. To me, that's like the deal of the century there, that one being under $100. So if you, like I said, they start at 120, but usually if you just wait, like right now, you can get them all, like every colorway is $98. I just looked on the Way of Wade website, they're all 98 bucks. So those are three that might start a little bit higher, but are all gonna be well under that $110 price point. So make sure when you're looking around, look for those two, because you could get a screaming deal there too. All right, now coming in at #1, this shoe might not be as versatile as the Adazero Select 3.0, but just based on pure bang for your buck, it's gotta be the 361 Team Joker. This is one of the fastest shoes in the market, one of the bounciest shoes in the market, and it's got great tread durability. Now, it does have these three circular patterns on the tread that kind of bulge out, the one in the heel kind of bulges out. So you do have to kind of get used to that feeling underfoot. I didn't find it all that difficult to use. So I mean, I liked it, it was fine, but some people aren't gonna like that. Thing is though, in terms of speed, bounciness, you get the top loaded shank. They breathe, I mean, they don't breathe the best out of any shoe on the planet. They're not the Joker 1 GT. SE, I think, is the really breathable one, but the tongue does breathe decently well, and just all around. Like I said, bang for your buck on this shoe is just out of this world. They started at 110. They are all right now, I think, at $98. And so if you want a super speedy, bouncy feeling shoe, just really quick feeling shoe, the Team Joker is easily a flagship level shoe. I mean, no question, this is a flagship level shoe. And so although this type of tread, like I said, might not be for everybody, there's plenty of people that have just been absolutely loving these. And like I said, for the price and for what you get in terms of midsole foam, the shank setup, the rubber setup, the upper quality, just the overall build quality of these, yeah, you gotta give it number one to them. And in the comments, please let me know what deals you have found on shoes, what you're finding right now for good prices, whether that be new or old colorways. Let me know in the comments down below. That way everybody can kind of use the comment thread here as a pretty good buyer's guide for yourself. Because usually in the comment section of these budget videos, you get to, like, there's always some surprise, like, oh, I didn't know this was, you know, on sale, or I could get these for this price or this colorway. So make sure if you found a decent deal, let me know in the comments down below. The way everybody can kind of benefit from this video. And if you do want to see what are my top 5 favorite basketball shoes just in general right now, make sure you click into this video right here. If you want to see what are the most common budget shoes being worn in the NBA currently, make sure you click into this one right here. I'll see you in the next video.